Hello, beautiful winners of life. Welcome back to my channel, Mission to the Soul. Today, I want to talk about the topic of how to deal with doubt. And this is something that I have personally experienced very lately and many times as well. So today, I want to make this video in order to show you guys how to navigate the times when you feel doubtful of yourself, when you feel as if everything is not falling into place, as if everything is not going the way that you want it to be, and it just creates that biggest trigger from within that you've ever felt. So the first thing to do, which is very important, is to acknowledge it, to acknowledge the doubt that you are feeling. We're not trying to shove it down here, okay? We're not trying to make it go away, because the fact is, the more you try to suppress the emotion, the more you would feel, the more triggering it will be. That's it. So then the very first step is to sit back and then ask your body, what am I feeling right now? And then start to give space to the doubt that arises in your body, which is like a very important thing, because once you identify that, oh, you are feeling that, I am feeling doubt at the present moment, you would know, your body, your inner wisdom, your intuition, whatever it is, will know the way to navigate you through that time. But then how do we acknowledge it, right? Before we even talk about that, I want to talk about why the first most important step is to acknowledge the feeling. Is because feeling doubtful is a very human thing. It's something that we all experience and we all face along the way. And especially if you are somebody who have very big goals to achieve, you're somebody who's like really drawn to success, you would gonna continue to face doubt again and again and again. So it's heartening, right? But why is that the case? Why do we have to go through this very uncomfortable feeling? And for me, actually, doubt is one of the most magical feeling, because what is the message that you actually receive when you're going through doubt? The message is that you're in the void of the unknown. You are in the unknown zone. You're out of your comfort zone now. And because of that, you feel uncomfortable. You feel doubtful. You don't know where exactly is this thing leading you towards. And a lot of the time, it creates the biggest sense of doubt ever. That is because you are in the unknown zone. You are in that unknown zone. Okay? And doubt is actually a good thing, because it is only telling you that you are in the process of growing. You are in the process of elevating your life, yourself, your career, whatever it is that you are manifesting into your life, that you're working on. Doubt is only a way that life is communicating to you that you are in the growth mode, right? Because if you don't feel doubt of yourself, if you don't feel doubt of where your life is heading towards right now, it means that you're still stuck in your comfort zone. All right? And the way for us to acknowledge our doubts is to do the journal. So I want you, every single time you feel doubt, you have two ways to do it, which I think are the best two things to do in the moments of doubt as well. One is that you write down all of your thoughts. So what I usually like to do, this is not something like difficult, all right? This is like very easy. When you just ramble on whatever it is on your head, on the top of your mind, like whatever the doubts that you have about yourself, about the things that you're going for, and then you just put it on a piece of paper. You just write it as much as possible, like just write it for a couple of pages or 3 pages, 4 pages, whatever you feel like doing. Just write at least 1 page of whatever it is that is on the top of your mind, all right? Or another way that I also like to do is to talk to myself, is to talk to God. So you can sit in front of the mirror, or you can just, stare on the sky, and then just basically authentically say whatever it is that you're feeling right now. And I don't want you to try to appear to be cool, that you trying to like gaslighting yourself to believe that everything is okay, because a lot of the time you feel shitty. We feel shitty, and that's okay to admit that's what we are feeling right now. And in order to navigate the next right step, in order to elevate from that moment, we have to learn to be so authentic with our feelings. And doing that means admitting that if you're shitty, just say that I am feeling shitty right now. I am feeling so freaking doubtful, doubtful towards myself right now. I feel lost, I feel mad, I feel upset. Yeah. Acknowledge your emotions. Second step, to navigate through the moments of doubt means is all about what you are going to do next. Is all about what you're going to do next. I want to tell you 2 stories of mine personally. So I hope that these stories of mine will be able to connect to you upon me talking about this topic. So the first story is of how I moved into this new place. So you can see I'm sitting here with a new background. Actually just moved into a new place, and I love it so much. But the thing is, 1 week ago, I was like contacting with my with the new landlord here, and basically I had to go through like they kind of like a third party. It's like a website here in Sydney in Australia where you would like contact with the landlord, with the third party, I mean, in order to proceed with the documents and stuff like that. So then it took me for like a whole week for everything to be figured out. And like there is that one era, there's just like one era of the documents that kept being waited and waited, and I was so doubtful of how it was going to happen for me, because I remember like just a day ago, it wasn't even finished yet, the document thing, and then I was supposed to move into this new place in the next day. So that means that if it's not solved out, if it's not sorted out yet, I might have to like live out there on the street. But then what happens is I just did the thing that I just told you, to acknowledge my emotions. I was basically saying to the universe, I've always been grateful for the place that I got to live in, and I've never for a moment being ungrateful for the place, for the homes that I got to live. And I mean like the previous places that I stayed in. So then I was like, universe, I am really mad for the way that you're putting me in this situation, and I need you to solve it out for me, because I know that you will. So then exactly when I said that, everything became so much more peaceful. I felt a sense of inner power from within me. So then yesterday, everything was done. All my documents was sorted out within 1 day. And now I move into this new place, and it's exactly everything that I love. And I am so grateful for this place that I'm living here right now. The furnitures, the room, the location and everything. Another story of mine that I want to talk about is a very recent stage play that I got to act in, that I got to perform in. So basically it's a Shakespeare play called Twelfth Night. And like usually when we talk about Shakespeare, we know that it's a very difficult script to understand. So anyways, I still pull off my actor mode on, and I still did the character biography, did all the assignments and all the exercises I usually do in order to like put the emotions into the characters and to build the characters, right? Anyways, but then the thing is, during the 4 days that I performed on stage, there was that one day which was sorry, which was the day before the final show. For some reason, I could not at all connect to my emotions on stage. And also that day was the day that I went through the whole document things for the new place that I just moved in. So then for some reason, when I was on stage, I couldn't feel connected to my emotions, to myself, to the character, and to my authenticity. So then I knew it. And so then after the show, I became so doubtful of my ability as an actor. Because the thing about if you're an actor, you would know that a lot of the time when you perform, you would know whether or not your performance is good, because it doesn't happen from the outside. And I don't know how people perceived me in that specific performance day, but I knew deep down that I couldn't feel the story on that specific day. So I was so disappointed. Like after the show, I literally walked back to my home, like bursted into crying, into tears, because of of how disappointed I was, and how just like the sudden feeling of doubt. So then again, I did the same thing. I talked to the universe, and then I was like, universe, I don't know how the hell did that happen. I don't know why I felt the way I feel, but I'm meant to be an actor. I'm meant to put out the entertainment to the audiences, and I really put on the show. But if I couldn't connect to myself, if I couldn't connect to my art, my creativity, my character, then how can I be an actor, right? But then anyways, after I did that, I communicated to the universe. Still, I said that, universe, still whatever it is, I'm gonna have the last show tomorrow. I'm gonna put my all in, and I'm gonna forget all the things that are troubling my mind at the point, and I'm just gonna continue to work, to wake up in morning, do all the acting exercises, and have trust in myself. And then I trust in you that you can help me connect back to myself, so that I can put out a good performance, so that the people who come watch the show can enjoy the show. So then what happened was that my final show day was a complete magic, in a way that I felt so joyful when I performed with the other actors. And it was a sense of satisfaction and connection to the character that I knew made my performance successful, right? It's a sense of pleasure, it's a sense of play that I could feel when I was on stage. And that happened because I trusted. And even if I doubted myself at first, the most important thing was that I kept having faith and trust in the universe and in myself anyways, right? And this is the point that I want to talk about as well. Have trust in something bigger, right? Because I feel like so oftentimes we all will go through times when we feel so doubtful of our abilities, of our life, right? So without that sense of trust in something bigger than ourselves, then we would have that void carved in our heart, in our solar plexus, for a very, very long time. And I think if without that trust in the universe, I don't think I will be able to have that power and that resilience to navigate through the difficult times, right? So it all happened because I had trust in something bigger than me. And it's the same thing for you when you have doubts. The thing is, it will go away. But in order for you to gain back your power as fast as possible, you gonna have to build that trust with the universe, and you're gonna have to build the trust to the point, you have so much faith to the point where you can say that universe, I don't care how shitty my life is right now, and I don't know why I'm going through this like very difficult situations that I'm going through right now, but I'm gonna trust in you, and I'm gonna trust that you're gonna help me sort everything out. And trust me guys, I kid you not, the universe always has his way to sort things out for us, right? And all that it requires of us is trust. And having trust in something bigger also allows you to have, to gain joy and to really have fun in the present moment. Because once you are able to say it out loud, that the sentence of trust, you release yourself from whatever it is that is holding you back, like the doubt that, I'm talking about doubt here, the doubt that is holding you back. Once you acknowledge it and then you have faith that the situation will get better, then you'll be able to find joy in the present moment. So then even if that's not the case, all right, I want you right now, if you're facing any doubts, to think of what you can do in order to gain joy in the present moment. Maybe you like reading books, so start reading books. Just open and start read it, right? Start reading it, and then really put your energy into something that you can, that can give you the most joy. For me, it'll be traveling, it'll be exploring new places. So when I faced the doubt, I just went outside. I just like walked around the city. I went to like a bookshop and explored places that I've never been to before. And it took my worry, self-doubt mind out of the field, out of the spectrum, right? And I gained back my power. And the last thing I want to talk about, which is very important in this process, is to refuse to go back to your old self-sabotaging behaviors. All right? Why do I say this? It's because if you really notice, a lot of the time when we have doubts towards ourselves or towards our life, we tend to do things that would make us go back to that comfortable zone, right? And usually it's presented in self-sabotaging behaviors. For some of us, it may be smoking. For some of us, maybe like drinking alcohol. Some of us, it may be like going shopping. Some of us, it may be, maybe watching porn, or whatever it is that for sure is holding you back, right? So a lot of the time when we face doubts, we are likely gonna want to lean back to the self-sabotaging behaviors that we've been doing all this time. And in order to break that cycle, in order to keep evolving, in order to keep up-leveling your life, you're going to have to be very aware of this pattern that is holding you back. And trust me guys, when you are aware of the way that you sabotage yourself, when you feel the doubts coming up, when you feel upset, when you feel triggered in your body, and you be able to take the direction, to take the action that is not what you usually did, right? Which means that you don't fall back to that self-sabotaging pattern, then you would realize how powerful things work out for you. And maybe it's gonna take days, but you know, a lot of the time we're human, we get impatient, and then it make us self-sabotage. But then the thing is, if you have enough trust in yourself and in the process, whatever it is that you're going through, that it will get better, then it will get better, because it will. That is the fact, right? When you learn to say no, when you learn to say no, even in the moment of doubt, it communicates to yourself, it communicates to the universe, I trust you. I trust in you. I trust that you can take me to where I am worthy of. I trust that you can take me to the life of my dream. Right? So, it always creates the biggest momentum. Remember to be aware of your self-sabotaging patterns when you face the doubts, because that's what you're gonna likely feel triggered to do. All right. Anyways, I thank you guys so much. I hope that today's video will be able to give you guys some insights and some inspiration to deal with the doubts that you're facing right now. And I want to say one more time that whatever it is that you're doubting, if you keep acknowledging them and then working on them, they will pass, and then your life will shift, because it's never meant to get stuck. You're never meant to get stuck in that space. You're meant to evolve, and it's only meant to be there for you to learn something about yourself. And if you enjoyed today's video, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And also don't forget to share this video with your friends and families and people whom you feel like this video could help them with. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.